and showtime. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the ChannelPro 5-Minute Roundup. A look at news, trends, and tips for the SMB channel in 5 minutes or thereabouts. My name is Rich Freeman. I am the executive editor of the ChannelPro Network, also one of your hosts on this program. I am joined this week, as I am every week, by your other co-host, Eric Simpson, a business transformation and improvement advisor to MSPs and other IT providers. Eric, how goes it?
It goes well, Rich. I sense I'm a little bit better rested than you are this week.
Well, you know, I'm 3,000 miles from home in Orlando, Florida, attending the ConnectWise IT Nation Connect event. And I mean, I don't know, maybe this is a good news, bad news kind of thing. The good news is they've got, a reported 2,700 people here. It's certainly a big crowd. A lot of energy, a lot going on. That's the good stuff. But, and I guess the, good stuff, bad stuff is I have just been in back-to-back meetings pretty much since I got here. But it's nice because these are face-to-face meetings and I'm catching up with a lot of people in many cases I haven't seen in 2 years.
Yeah, that's a great feeling when you can actually reconnect with live human beings in person rather than, virtually. So yeah, so sounds like a huge event. It sounds like as we were chatting before we went live, you commented that you think that it's got the same energy, the same size of attendees and kind of environment and experience as the last ConnectWise IT Nation event you were at a couple of years ago.
Right. So, I mean, that was 2 years ago. My memory is imperfect. I should kind of go back and see if I have anything in my notes from 2019 about how many people were there.
Yeah.
But just in, mind's eye kind of picture, it looked and felt 2 years ago a lot like this event. And that's pretty much the first event since the start of the pandemic I can think of that this is true of, where it really does kind of feel like the old days in terms of the number of people and the energy level and the atmosphere. So, it'll be interesting to see if this is some kind of a turning point or just an exception to the rule.
Yeah, let's be careful what we wish for. We might be back, baby. I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Well, let's dive into our top story of the week, which comes from the IT Nation event that I'm attending this week. The big keynote presentations for the event took place late yesterday as we record this, and there were two pretty big announcements from a product standpoint there. One of them was the launch of a new platform, basically a new underlying foundation for everything that ConnectWise offers and everything that they are going to be offering down the road. It is called ASIO. That is spelled ASIO. It was only in about an hour or so ago that I actually knew for sure how to pronounce it. And I'm pleased to say that there are ConnectWise executives still learning how to say it as well. The name is ASIO. Essentially, 2 years ago, the last time they did an in-person IT Nation Connect, they announced that ConnectWise had acquired Continuum. And they've spent the 2 years since then integrating those two companies, their products, their people, their programs, et cetera. According to Jason McGee, the CEO of ConnectWise, they're about 70% through with that process. But from a product standpoint, they took a big step forward this week. So ASIO takes a lot of the Continuum intellectual property, blends in some of the ConnectWise intellectual property. You wind up with a set of 50 microservices that pretty much will run all of the software and solutions in RMM, PSA, quoting, security, et cetera, that ConnectWise offers. So there was actually, very quietly, ConnectWise introduced a BDR product over the summer that runs on ASIO. What they also announced here at the show is another and somewhat more significant ASIO-based solution, which is a new RMM system. Now it's called ConnectWise RMM. This is their next generation RMM tool. It is based very heavily on the Continuum, what was originally the Continuum Command RMM product. So again, they kind of took that product, they imported some stuff from the other RMM product that ConnectWise offers, ConnectWise Automate, blended those elements together and added in some new things to increase the speed and the scalability and the flexibility of the platform, and they came up with ConnectWise RMM. Now, if you're keeping count, They've now got 3 RMM systems here at ConnectWise. The long-term plan is to have one, and for that to be ConnectWise RMM. But this is a long or longer term plan. So there is no fixed timeline, no specific plan to shut down either ConnectWise Automate or ConnectWise Command. Eventually, their expectation is all their partners will be running on ConnectWise RMM. And when that day comes, and when the partners tell them we don't need those legacy products anymore, those legacy products probably will go away. But if you are a committed and devoted Automate fan today, don't worry, you're not going to be forced onto the new solution by any particular date. And Automate isn't going away, and the product people tell me they're going to continue to update and add functionality to that product, and even to the Command product. But between now and whenever it is, Eric, that those older products are no longer needed, they're going to have 3 RMM solutions at ConnectWise.
Wow, wow. Lots of big news there, Rich. I mean, a more integrated platform overall, right? Covering all of these solutions. That's huge news. And, this ConnectWise RMM news is big as well. Do you have a sense for new partners coming on board, what RMM they will be promoting to the new partners, or are they going to let them pick and choose from the legacy, soon to be legacy RMM tools as well? I would think, if it was me, I would encourage them to use the new stuff, so that's just one less partner later to migrate. Any thoughts there?
Yeah, and I don't have this definitively from ConnectWise, but my expectation is very much exactly what you just said. I think if they're talking to a new incoming partner, they're going to say, this is where we're going. This new ConnectWise RMM system is the next generation. It is faster. It is more scalable. It more of what you want in an RMM tool, basically. And if you're making investments in those older products now, there's a limited lifespan to how much or how long you're going to be getting ROI out of that. So I think they will steer new partners very strongly towards the new RMM system. Probably give them the flexibility to choose, though. But my guess is most new incoming partners will wind up on the new solution.
Yeah, I would think so. And kind of a peek at the long game that ConnectWise is playing here, right? They're investing, they're adding things, they're integrating, they're migrating, they're creating this umbrella of a platform to basically manage and maintain all of these services and solutions. So it's a heavy lift. It's a long game strategy they're playing here. So I'm continue to be impressed on their forward motion.
2 quick things about ASIO that may be of interest to ConnectWise partners. First of all, because it provides this centralized platform that they can build everything on top of, they no longer have to maintain, whatever it is, 15 different authentication or new account addition services. They have one service that they can use everywhere. And basically they're saying that's going to free up a lot of developer time and effort and allow them to accelerate innovation, because they were quite frank when I met with the CEO and the chief product officer earlier today. They have gotten a lot of feedback from partners. We're not seeing as much innovation as we want to see from you. They say, stay tuned. You're going to see innovation come at a faster pace now, because we've got a lot more resource that we can put into that. And then the other thing is the ASIO is a foundation, it's a platform, but it's also a UI, and it's meant to be a true single pane of glass UI to all of the ConnectWise solutions that you use. And so they really are aiming to provide, and they've been talking for years about giving you the one cockpit basically for everything that you do. They really kind of feel like they've got the platform in place now to build that. It'll be a little while, I think, before it lives up to that promise, but that's part of where they're headed to.
Well, all good news. I mean, single sign-on, secure single sign-on is a good thing. So, looking forward to following up on the story as it develops.
So Eric, time for your tip of the week. We're going to get to a Christmas-related theme just a little bit later on in the show, but your tip of the week has to do with a little post-Christmas gift to your worst customers.
Yeah, I like the way you position that, Rich. Nice. So yeah, the tip of the week today, Rich, is start putting together your C customer termination list for January. Okay. And I'm talking about evaluating your C customers and asking yourself one simple question for each one that is in that category. Would I be more, and fill in that blank word in a positive, use a positive word for that. If this organization was no longer my client, would I be more profitable? Would I be more happy? Would I be more, fill that in. And if the answer is yes, then they need to go on the termination list. And I'll tell a quick story, Rich. I know that big news on today's 5-minute roundup. We are definitely stretching that 5 minutes or thereabouts time limit that we always promise that I don't think we ever hit, but I think that's a good thing too. Um, when we were transitioning our organization to a managed services organization, one of the first MSPs in the industry way back in 2004, 2005, we had this same struggle that any MSP has, is trying to get existing clients to transition to the new program. Get on the bus with us. We're going to, do things differently, and we're going to build differently, and we're going to provide support differently and all that. And we had clients that simply did not want to move. They wanted to remain break, fix, reactive clients. And I was concerned, Rich. I did not want to just terminate those clients because we had a very hefty tens of thousands of dollars a month in break fix revenue coming from these C customers because they weren't moving to the new program. So they were by default C customers now. But you know what? When we finally made the decision that we're all in on this, we can't be, we're not dipping our toe in the pool. We're all in on what we now call managed services. I don't think it was even called that then yet. And we started exiting these C customers. And you know what I discovered, Rich? Not only did we have a much better, work-life balance after that, employee morale was higher internally with our organization, but we became more profitable. It blew my mind because we were no longer writing down invoices, writing off bills, arguing with clients, doing, redo work because they weren't satisfied, even though we were done with things, right? Projects that never seemed to end because the client didn't think the project was done. I mean, all of that went away. So it's a good thing once a year to make your Christmas wish list of your C customers that you're going to send a notice out, hopefully at the beginning of December, that gives them 30 days to look for another provider. And of course, remember, you'll be happy to assist them in that transition, which is all billable work.
It's interesting because I'm sure there are people in the audience right now who are thinking, I'm just not at a stage yet where I can afford to write off a customer, any customer. And it's almost a milestone in your maturity as a channel pro when you realize that it's never too early, essentially, to kind of weed out the least profitable, most troublesome customers that you have. You can't afford that. And your experience is, a testament to that. You are likely, not guaranteed, but certainly likely to come out ahead in the medium to long run for having done that.
And I'll add one more statistic to the story, right? Because the other thing that we're not considering in this equation is all of the time that these C customers are consuming from you that you could be investing in your A and B clients and growing those relationships and those revenues and going and seeking out and bringing on board new A clients. How many times have we heard, Rich, partners complaining about, I need more technicians because we have too many tickets? Well, you have too many tickets from C customers. Get rid of those C customer tickets and you'll have scalability for more A client tickets, more profitable business. So again, there's a lot of dynamics here, but start making your list and checking it twice, everybody.
All right. Well, with that lead in, let's proceed to our final story. We have time for just one more story this week, and it is holiday themed. Now, it's a little bit early to be talking about Christmas, isn't it? We're still a couple of weeks away from Thanksgiving, actually, right now, but it's not too early for America's fast food restaurants to be thinking ahead to the holidays. And we've got some interesting stories from two of them. Let's just begin with our friends at Arby's, who decided that this would be a great holiday season to introduce French fry flavored vodkas. Vodka from Arby's. There's one variety, limited edition, flavored like their crinkle fry, and another, the curly fry vodka is available as well. Those bottles go for $59.99, including shipping and handling. They are available to purchase on November 18th. Limited edition, again, folks. So if you've been pining for French fry flavored vodka in the past, your day has come, but don't wait, because it won't last for long. Now, you may, in fact, I'm pretty sure last year or the year before, we actually spoke on this show about a KFC flavored bourbon, I want to say. Well, the folks at KFC are back. They're not going to allow themselves to be outdone by Arby's this year. They are introducing, and let's see if I can say this once, let alone 5 times. It is the finger licking chicken mitten bucket hugger. It is basically a knitted Christmas sweater for your KFC chicken bucket. Let's see if I can find a price on this one. I'm not seeing it, but got to claim it by November 13th. I think they go on sale November 11th. If you just can't get enough Christmas sweaters, people, why not get one for your KFC chicken bucket as well? And then see if you can say that name better than I just did.
I'll tell you what, Rich, you know the vodkas are good just because they're limited edition. Just saying.
That's right. That's right. They're scarce for a reason. All right. Well, folks, that is all the time we've got this week for you on the 5-Minute Roundup. We're going to be back again next week with another episode for you. Please tune in. You know what? We are both a video and a podcast these days. If you are watching the video, but you're into podcasts, you can check us out there too. We're on Google and Apple and Spotify and Stitcher and every place you get your podcasts. Go ahead and look us up, become a subscriber. If you can take that extra 10, 15 seconds to give us a 5-star rating, maybe even write in a review there, it'll really help other people like yourself find the show and enjoy it too. If you are listening to the podcast, you can check us out on video. We're on YouTube. Easiest way to find us is to go to the ChannelPro Network channel there on YouTube. You can become a subscriber there too. If you click the bell icon, you'll actually get notified when the new episodes go up. Now, if you want to read more about ASIO and ConnectWise RMM, and I've got another story coming up here a little bit later today, news from IT Nation Connect, get great business growth advice for your company, please visit channelpronetwork.com every day, because we have got awesome new content for you there every single day. And to learn more about Eric and the work he does with his clients, you should visit ericsimpson.com. That is ERICK Simpson.com. So once again, folks, we thank you very much for joining us this week. We're going to see you again next week. Until then, please enjoy the rest of your week. Eric and I are enjoying the rest of your week already.
Already.